Hey you guys, it's Toya and thank you for watching Toya JTV. Today I want to give you 10 shocking things that you did not know about dandruff, okay? A lot of people, of course we know what dandruff is, but I bet you didn't know that there are different types of dandruff, okay? So we're going to jump right in. The first 5 things that you probably didn't know about dandruff is that there are really 4 different types, but I'm gonna give you 5 because one can appear to be dandruff but it's really not. All right, so here we go. The first one is seborrhoeic dermatitis. Now this is a more severe form of dandruff. Normally dandruff is just kind of like small white flakes, but seborrhoeic dermatitis can appear to be larger flakes that are a little bit greasier, and they can affect other areas of the skin, such as your eyebrows, your ears, your armpits, your cheeks. It can affect more than just the hair on your scalp. So the signs that you may have seborrhoeic dermatitis is you may notice that your scalp is very tingly or itchy or very sore to the touch. If you're noticing these things and you're noticing very thicker, greasier like flakes, then it may be time to see your doctor to see what you all can do about that. Number 2 is cradle cap. Now, cradle cap is a form of dandruff, but it's really only in infants. You don't see adults with cradle cap, and that's where you'll have a thick patch that may appear just like in one section of the head. My baby had cradle cap, and it was the worst until I switched shampoo, and that's kind of what helped him. But like I said, you'll only notice it in infants, and it does go away. The third one is called Malaysia. Now, Malaysia is really a fungal infection. It's a yeast-like fungal infection, and it feeds off of oil. A lot of time you'll think, oh, if you have dandruff, you need to oil your scalp. But if you have a fungal infection like Malaysia, it actually feeds off of sebum, which is the natural oil that your scalp produces. And, you'll notice like over time that, you know how when you don't shampoo your hair gets oilier and oilier? That's because your scalp produces its own oil that's called sebum, and if you have a fungal infection, then the Malaysia feeds off of that, and it only gets worse. So one way to get it is by not shampooing your hair enough. It could also be caused by allergies, stress, changing hormones, things like that. The way to get rid of Malaysia is to definitely go see your doctor. Okay, number 4 is psoriasis. A lot of people have psoriasis on their scalp. Psoriasis is the most serious form of dandruff, and it is basically an accumulation of a lot of dead skin cells that when they shed, you see the dandruff. Psoriasis results when the dead skin cells shed much more rapidly than they normally would, and then once they shed, that's when you see the silvery scales or the smaller flakes, which is dandruff. The way to get rid of psoriasis, you could see your doctor and get a special type of shampoo, but I have noticed that when you shampoo your hair at least once a week, possibly 2 times a week depending on how serious it is, that kind of helps it to go away. But in more serious cases, you may need to see your doctor to get a special type of shampoo. All right, and the number 5 is head lice, which we all know head lice is not dandruff. However, it can appear to be. Sometimes they can be so small that it looks like dandruff, but when you look into their scalp, you'll see them moving, okay? And you'll know dandruff does not just move on its own unless you are scratching it up or, you're doing something to your scalp. But if you're just looking at your scalp and you see those white things, jumping all around or moving all around, that's head lice. The good thing about it is most black people do not get head lice. All right, for some reason they don't like really our hair. Most of our hair is very dry, and they don't like dry hair. They want the hair to be super oily. Okay, so most black people don't have a problem with getting head lice, but it can occur in black people. So don't think just because you're black you're not gonna get head lice. You want to be very clean in your hair care routine, so you want to be shampooing your hair if you do get head lice, because it is contagious. So you could be doing everything you need to do in your hair care routine, but you may be around someone that is not. So in that case, if you do ever happen to get the head lice, you are going to need a special type of shampoo, which can be bought over the counter, and you can treat it at home. Also, another way to tell the difference between lice and regular dandruff comes in different sizes. All the flakes are not the same. Head lice, it's like more oval shape, and they're all the same, and they are all very close to the root. You know, sometimes dandruff could be throughout the hair shaft, but head lice is always close to the root. Ladies, do not, okay, I'm saying this with a smile because I love you all. Do not come to your hairstylist asking them to treat your lice. Do this at home. Again, lice is contagious. It can jump from one person to another. So go to your nearest drugstore, get you some lice shampoo, treat it at home. All right? Thank you. Here are some other facts about dandruff, okay? Number 6 is it is contagious, okay? The only one that's not contagious is psoriasis. Seborrhoeic dermatitis, the fungal infection, Malaysia, all of those are contagious, all right? So you want to be very, very, very aware of who you are letting use your combs, your brushes. If someone has dandruff and they are using your combs and your brushes, guess what? You can give it to them. That's why in my salon, I have so many combs and brushes. Like, I am forever cleaning combs and brushes. I do not use the same comb and brush, even on like mother and daughter. Because like I said, if you're combing one person's hair and they have dandruff, and then you put that comb down and you pick it back up and you comb somebody else's hair, guess what? You just gave that person dandruff. Then they're like, where did this come from? I never had a problem with dandruff before. So dandruff is contagious. Number 7, which we kind of all know this, is it can be worse in the winter months. That's because sometimes when your scalp is drier, you do have a tendency to have more dandruff. However, again, you can still have an oily scalp and have dandruff, but a lot of times the dry weather will aggravate your dandruff. Number 8 is your child. Kids can also have dandruff. So again, if you know you have dandruff, do not use your comb or brush on your child. Get your child their own separate comb and brush so that we can keep our baby's hair clean. Number 9 is that keeping the scalp covered does not make the dandruff go away, does not have the dandruff. So if you are not shampooing your hair but you're wrapping it and you keep your hair tied up all the time, that does not mean you're not going to get dandruff. That is very false, okay? Just because you tie your hair up it's not a shield against dandruff. You'll still get it on your scalp. And number 10 is you may not need a doctor to treat your dandruff. Now, in very severe cases, you may need to go see your dermatologist or, your general doctor. But in most cases, you can treat your dandruff at home. A lot of times, like I said, all you need is to shampoo your hair more frequently than you are. The average person shampoos their hair about every 2 weeks. So a lot of times, especially when you have dandruff, I tell my clients, you need to be shampooing every 1 week, because a lot of people will notice that their flakes are coming after the first week, and then they just want to save their hairstyle and still be looking cute, so they try to keep it a second week, and by the end of the second week it's like, oh my god, I can't take their hair is itching so bad, and the dandruff is just, you would definitely not be able to wear black because you would be able to see the flakes all over the shirt. So covering you may not be, but again, like I said, you can treat it at home. You can treat your dandruff at home with shampoo, conditioner. Just keep doing that every week. You will keep that dandruff at bay and make it go away. Also, be sure to clean your own combs and brushes. Like, once you know you have a good hair care routine, make sure you're washing your combs and brushes so you're not retransferring, dandruff back to yourself. So after you comb and brush your hair, or after you shampoo your hair for the week and you combed it and everything, go ahead and wash your comb and brush with hot soapy water, especially your comb, okay? Hot soapy, because you tend to comb your hair every day. A lot of people don't necessarily brush their hair every day, but you definitely are using that comb all the time. So definitely wash it with hot soapy water and make sure it's clean. That way, as you continue to work on your dandruff and get it out, you're not, like I said, transferring it back into your hair, all right? So I hope that shed some light on some facts about dandruff that you may not have known. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all next time. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.